Hello everyone, welcome to One Life Investments. This is me, host Broswell, and this is a step-by-step guide on how to recover your Metamask wallet as long as you have the seed phrase. So let's get started. Alright, before I get started, I want to make something clear. This video assumes one of the other things, right? The first thing is I assume that you have your seed phrase, but you don't remember your wallet password, or you've changed computers, you've changed your phone, or you lost your phone, you lost your computer, you have no access to the computer, but you have access to the seed phrase, right? If you watch my previous video, I've sort of explained on why the seed phrase is the only important thing about your wallet and why you need to make sure that that's secure, safely stored somewhere, and also that you remember that those seed phrases. If you've lost your seed phrases, you don't have access to the wallet, you might be a 5% or 10% chance that you might get it back, but that also again depends on different scenarios, and the chances of that happening or you being able to recover a Metamask wallet without a seed phrase becomes slim if not all conditions are met. I'll make a separate video on that because that's not for everyone, but since if you have a seed phrase and if you want to recover your wallet, it's quite simple. So I'm doing this on a desktop wallet or the desktop extension, but this is exactly the same if you're doing this on your mobile phone as well. As I said, make sure you give this video a thumbs up as this helps the channel a lot and motivates us to create more tutorials for this. If you have any confusion, if you get stuck anywhere or have any questions at all, make sure you leave in description. We reply to all of your questions. All right. As you can see, I'm locked out of the wallet. Now, if you have a seed phrase and if you don't remember the password, it's a very easy way to recover. All right. What you gotta do is you just gotta make sure that you have the seed phrase. In that case, what you basically do is you basically go and import that wallet into a new extension or same Metamask extension. All right. For that, you got to remove the extension. But what I suggest is do not remove this extension yet if this is the only second option that you have. For example, you might have written down the seed phrase wrong. All right. You might not know the seed phrase works. What if it's a different wallet seed phrase? You do not want to limit any of the chances you already have. So if that's the case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and create a new profile. It's up to you. You can do it in different browsers, doesn't matter. Name it test. Go to metamask.io. Make sure that you go to the correct website every time and not get phished. Get a Metamask to Chrome, add extension. All right, Metamask has been added to Chrome and it will open the home page. You can click on I agree and click on import an existing wallet. All right, you're not creating a new wallet. If you create a new wallet, it's going to create another wallet with another seed phrase. If you want to understand that, make sure you watch the other video on how you set up a wallet. Click on import an existing wallet. I agree. And enter your 12, depending on if you have a other seed phrase which are longer than 12 words, you can have up to 24 words seed phrase. All right, I have a 12-word phrase because I created inside Metamask, so I'm gonna put that. All right, so I've entered all of my 12 words. I click on confirm seed phrase, enter a new password. All right, I click on I understand, import my wallet. As you can see, it says, remember, if you lose your seed phrase, you lose access to your wallet. This is quite important. So if you have lost your seed phrase, I'm going to tell you that 99% you will not be able to recover. All right. There's so many videos that will tell you that, you use this tool, you set up you recover from database, Metamask says this and says that. I don't really trust that. If you don't have a seed phrase, understand that it's quite possibly gone with a slim couple of percentage chances somewhere that you might get it back. All right, click on done. Doesn't matter, click on next, not now. One very important thing that I've been confused in the past is whenever for example, you've created a wallet and you have funds in it and you sort of locked yourself out, but you have a seed phrase in, and you go to another browser or another extension or on your phone for that matter, and you import the seed phrase, but your wallet is empty, right? There's no need to freak out. As long as the seed phrase belongs to the same wallet, you're going to be okay, right? First thing is, do you remember the wallet address? Do you remember the wallet address that had assets in it? Why do I say that? Is same seed phrase can have multiple accounts. For example, this one's OX0x5E, whatever, 2AB22, right? So maybe there is another account somewhere. So what you can do is go and click on add an account. You can add an Ethereum account, name it whatever, test, add an account, right? As you can see, I've got 2 different accounts now. Add another account. All right, so as you can see, I've got 3 different accounts. So what I want to show you is by default, for example, you open your wallet, usually what happens is the first address gets picked up and you just continue using that address until you go and create another one. And let's assume in this case that you actually switched to this wallet at some time and you continue using this. What's going to happen is the first account is going to pop up, which is going to be empty, but then the second account will be hidden down here. All right. Unfortunately, in Metamask, there's no way to you to choose the wallet you want to recover. That is allowed in other applications, for example, Rabby, which is fantastic. If you want to learn how to use Rabby, make sure you leave a comment. But then let's just say that you've got an asset on second or even third account. You just got to go and add another account and see if that account's pulled up. All right. So that's how you recover your Metamask using a seed phrase if you've gotten your password. Or if you're starting from scratch, if you change your phone, if you change your computer, you've deleted your browser, or whatever the case might be, you do not have access to the old wallet. This is how you recover using a seed phrase. Same process on the phone. I'm not going to follow the same process on the phone because the video is going to be too long, but you get the point, right? If you have any confusion, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I have a lot of other guides as well related to MetaMask, Coinbase, and anything that you might find useful. So make sure you check out other videos in the channel or in the description as well, or on the cards, it's on top right corner, whatever. And if you have any suggestions, make sure you leave them as well. And as always, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, as that helps out the channel a lot. Thank you. Until next time, you have a nice day.